I had no idea that this was a thing until it became a thing for me. When I first started being concerned, people thought that I was overdoing it. They thought that I was crazy. And the thing is that you don't hear about intimate partner homicides a lot. And it's this big deal locally in that moment. But most people don't research like I have now. It happens all the time, but they don't ever talk about it. It's just a local thing. But it happens all the time. And the more concerned that I was for my life and my safety and my kids' lives, the more I started to research, doing things like danger assessments and learning about abusive personalities and learning about different personality disorders and domestic violence in general and intimate partner homicide in general. And fear and intuition, all of these things. And every single one of those things told me that I was right, that I was in danger. I was in danger, my kids were in danger, the people that were around me were in danger. Hello, my name is April Hardy. On this channel we talk about intimate partner homicide and things related to intimate partner homicide. I realize that I talk a lot about intimate partner homicide cases, and I haven't actually really talked about what intimate partner homicide is. It is murder by a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or an ex. Somebody that the victim has had an intimate romantic relationship with. This is a very common crime that is extremely underreported and under-recognized, and it happens in a legal system that is just not cutting it. It is not prepared to be able to help people in domestic violence situations, or stalking for that matter. In 2012, I reported my ex-husband to the police for abusing our daughter. Once he found out, he was angry. My intuition told me that I was in danger. In fact, my intuition was screaming at me that he's either going to kill you and potentially your kids before the trial so that he can get a mistrial, or an attempt to get a mistrial, or he's gonna wait until like a couple of years afterwards and then try to make it look like some kind of a mugging or something. He ended up serving a very short period of jail time for that crime, which should have been significantly bigger. While he was in jail, his, at the time, girlfriend got a hold of me and said, how dangerous should I consider this guy? Because he's threatening me. And I said, I think you should take him very seriously. So she and I actually went together in a joint effort in different counties to get protection orders at the same time. Hers was granted, mine was not. Mine was not on the basis of hearsay, according to the judge, because I did not hear my ex-husband talk about murdering me. She did. And I politely told him that everything that happens outside of his courtroom is hearsay, technically. I believed her. I already knew it in my gut anyway, and had taken precautions to that end. And then she confirmed what I already knew. We had had an abusive relationship before I divorced him, and he had gotten increasingly more violent with her. After he was served with her protection order, then he actually ran from the police and evaded his probation. He was gone for about 4 years. So I spent 4 years, and so did she, looking over our shoulders, paying attention to every car that drove by and whether or not they looked like they might be him, and bushes, and checking my car every time that I got into my car, and got room darkening curtains so that if somebody was to shoot into the house, they wouldn't be able to see, oh, the light's on in this room, somebody's in this room. Stopped letting the kids play outside because I couldn't trust that he wasn't going to kill them when they're playing outside. This was a military trained, good at long distance shooting man who had been proven to be violent and abusive and toxic and dangerous. Dangerous to us. That was the first. I have since had 2 others who have talked about killing me. Not husbands, boyfriends, because I have not ever remarried. Pretty much the entirety of the last 9 years of my life, I have spent being concerned to some level about being murdered by a significant other. So a little while after I learned all of those things, I decided that I was going to write a book so that if I died, it wouldn't be for nothing. That I could help other women and girls hopefully not go through all of the things that I've been through. Because of course there was other abuse that had happened before I started worrying about being killed by an intimate partner or an ex. And I know from all of my research that I am extremely blessed that I am not dead. So I wrote In Case I'm Murdered, What You Should Know About Stalking, Domestic Violence, Sexual Abuse, and How to Stay Safe. That talks about personal safety, home safety, sexual abuse, stalking, technology, domestic violence, leaving a domestic violence relationship, fear and intuition, all of these different things to help you be safer. And then I've created this YouTube channel so that I can bring light to the fact that intimate partner homicide happens all of the time, and be teaching you about the red flags and the risk factors and other things that go along with intimate partner homicide so that I can help save lives. Because I had no idea that this was a thing until it became a thing for me. And that's how I find it is for most people. Most people don't care about my book and don't care about the things that I have to say until their life is in danger, or until they're in danger because they're being hurt. And I don't want that for you. If you're in that place, then the book can definitely help. The resources that I can give you can help. And I want for you to know that you're so not alone. There are so many people that go through the same things, but we don't talk about them. And if you haven't had to deal with that yet, get my book. Please get the book. You can get it in ebook, you can get it in paperback, you can get it in audiobook and just listen to it if you want. That's my preference. Just get the information so that you can be safe. And if you know somebody else who's in a domestic violence situation or in any kind of situation, especially if it's a female, share this resource with them, please. It was written to do two things: give you every bit of the most important information that I learned and letting you know that you're not alone if you're walking through it. I'm right there with you. There are lots of people right there with you experiencing different types of abuse at the hands of somebody close to you. Because most abuse comes from people that are close to you. That's just how it is. It's a crime of opportunity. Until I see you again, stay safe.